Welcome back, traders. Hope the weekend gave you some recharge time. Markets delivered a bullish open that built on Friday's reversal juice, but was tempered by shutdown whispers.
Those whispers are definitely out there.
NVIDIA spiked to resistance today, and the resistance held. And with a stacked data calendar ahead, we're bracing for yet another potentially volatile week that could create some fireworks.
Could be interesting.
You're tuned into the Stock Market Summary Series. We're going to get into what we're seeing in the charts, but before we do, just remember that none of this is buying or selling advice.
That's right.
We're just here to provide market commentary and trading education.
Purely educational.
Also, if you're liking these videos, do us a solid and give us a like. We'd really appreciate it. All right, with that said, let's get into it, y'all.
Okay, so yeah, it was a pretty resilient start, wasn't it? Picking up right where Friday left off.
Definitely felt that way.
The bulls, they kept pushing. Modest gains overall. SPY up 0.28%. Importantly, it held above that 20-day moving average. That's kind of the line in the sand right now.
Yeah, a key level for sure. And QQQ led again?
Yep, QQQ led up 0.46%. Shows there's still, appetite for tech even with all this data coming.
Okay, let's talk about the big one everyone's watching. NVIDIA. NVDA.
Right.
It ran right up into that $184 resistance area.
Yeah.
And then just stalled. Pulled back a bit.
Yeah, hit the brakes right there. When you see a stock like that, high growth, consolidate right under a major resistance level, it's getting tightly coiled.
So what does that usually signal, that coiling action?
Well, it's like the market's building up potential energy, right? It runs hard, stops right under resistance, creates this sort of volume vacuum. That coil means whichever way it breaks, bulls pushing through 184 or bears knocking it below today's low, the move could be pretty substantial. It's wound up.
Which means for anyone trading that.
Oh, absolutely. Tight risk management is crucial. You have to know exactly where your stop goes because when these patterns break, they move fast.
Yeah, you need those sort of bulletproof stops.
Yeah.
That's the kind of discipline that makes or breaks trades like this. Which, by the way, is something we really drill down on in the Grok Trade Mentorship, those precise stop techniques.
Exactly. Knowing where to get out is just as important as knowing where to get in.
Okay, shifting gears. MRA Holdings. Wow. Talk about a spotlight stock today, rocketing up 15%.
Yeah, that wasn't just random noise either. That was a clean technical breakout.
Looked like it on the chart.
Definitely. Big volume pushing it right through the upper trend line of that symmetrical triangle on the daily. But what makes it really interesting is the bigger picture.
What do you mean?
Well, it was already super coiled on the monthly and weekly charts. So you have that pattern completion. Plus, we know it has a high short float. That's classic squeeze fuel.
So the shorts get trapped.
Precisely. It reminds me a bit of that Baidu setup we saw before its big run. High short interest, just waiting for a technical reason to cover. MARA might have just gotten its reason today.
Interesting comparison. Okay, so on the flip side, let's talk energy. XLE got slammed pretty hard, down, 1.84%?
Yeah, quite the reversal.
We flagged its potential breakout last week, remember? But today looked like a textbook fake out.
Absolutely a fake out. Traps those early buyers, forces them out, and boom, accelerates the downside.
So what does that failed breakout tell you about, sentiment for crude or the sector?
It suggests the market's pretty skeptical right now, doesn't it? Skeptical about demand, about the strength lasting, the speed of the reversal is telling.
Yeah.
So the question is, does XLE find its footing lower down and regroup, or is this the start of giving back more gains? We'll have to see.
Definitely want to watch. Okay, quick pause here. As always, guys, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments. We might cover it in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, let us know.
And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate these market summaries, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's totally free and helps us out in a big way. And click subscribe, too, so you don't miss a beat. You can always unsubscribe later.
All right, so connecting this action to the bigger picture, that DC shutdown situation is looming, isn't it?
Yeah, getting closer. Could start Wednesday.
That's the talk. And if it does, key data could get delayed. Think jobs report, things like that.
Yeah.
Adds another layer of uncertainty.
Great point. And even without delays, the calendar's just packed.
Totally packed. We've got Joel T's job openings tomorrow, ISM manufacturing PMI on Wednesday.
And then Friday's the big one.
Right. Non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, AND ISM services PMI. It's going to be a busy end to the week. Volatility feels almost guaranteed.
No kidding. Okay, before we wrap, let's quickly check hedges. Crypto showed a little spark.
Yeah, Bitcoin up about 2%. Importantly, it held that 108K support ledge we were watching last week. So constructive there.
And the metals, gold and silver.
They were definitely shining today. Gold up, 1.65%, silver 1.53%, both pushing higher.
Hey, Jeros.
Kind of feels that way, right?
Yeah.
It's tied into that whole dollar dance, obviously. But when you see these tight setups in stocks like NVDA, breakouts like MARA, fakeouts like XLE, and money flowing into gold and silver, it suggests some institutional caution building ahead of all this macro data.
Yeah, it makes sense. So putting it all together, it's a market with some really high-stakes setups right now. NVDA coiled, MARA potentially squeezing, XLE faking out.
Exactly. And navigating that kind of environment requires precision, finding the right entry timing, using the right stops. That's the kind of high probability edge we focus on teaching in the Grok Trade mentorship. It's about building that pro-level confidence.
That confidence to act decisively, even when things are volatile.
That's the goal. Avoid getting whipsawed by the noise.
Well said. All right, folks, drop your take in the comments on whether MRA squeezes next or NVDA finally cracks $184. We'll definitely be watching and we'll unpack the drama as it unfolds this week.
Looking forward to it.